The defense would like to call James Tobin to the stand. James, this past year, what was the financial health of the Barnes Gallery?
Well, to be honest, it was close to failing.
Did you and Mr. Barnes make plans to remedy the situation?
Zach did. He suggested that we arrange to have the paintings stolen from the gallery and collect the insurance.
Did you go along?
At first I did. We worked very hard to create the gallery. It was our lives. So one night I went in and I cut the paintings from the frames, and Zach had the canvases destroyed.
And what happened next?
Well, a few days later I changed my mind. My conscience bothered me. It wouldn't let up. So I told Zach that we simply had to withdraw the claim. He refused several times.
Did this come up again on the day of the shooting?
Yes. I told him that if he didn't withdraw the claim, that I would go to the authorities first thing Monday morning.
Had Zachary Barnes ever threatened you with bodily harm?
Several times. Earlier in that same week, in fact, he had threatened to kill me.
James, were you aware that Zachary had been keeping a gun in his office drawer at the Barnes Gallery?
Yes. Simon told me. He also told me that Zachary had planned to use it against me, so I went down to his desk and I removed the gun. I put it in my work closet upstairs where I store my paints.
Did you bring that gun to the meeting between yourself and the deceased that morning?
I did.
Why?
I was afraid. And I had a right to be afraid. Because right there, as soon as I mentioned the theft, Zach yanked open the office drawer, looking for the gun. When he didn't find it, then he blew up, coming at me, screaming and threatening me. I drew the gun in self-defense, telling him to back off. But he just kept coming at me. He grabbed me and the gun went off. And that's just the way it happened. I wish it wasn't true, but it is.
Thank you, James. Your witness.
Prosecution, do you wish to cross-examine?
On Sunday, March 11th, you made a telephone call to Zachary Barnes, correct?
Well, I can't be sure about dates.
Certainly you remember this particular conversation. It was recorded on the phone machine and played here in court.
Well, that tape recording is inaccurate.
The tape was inaccurate?
Well, the context is inaccurate. I was trying to persuade Zach to withdraw the claim.
You were. Ms. Barnes testified that she overheard you threaten her husband's life later that same afternoon. So, in fact, you planned the murder. It was premeditated.
I told you I have never threatened Zachary's life. It's her word against mine.
Ms. Barnes was mistaken?
She's lying. The bitch is lying, that's all. The whole time that Zachary was alive, she was embarrassed by him. She would cover for him. And now that he's dead, then nothing has changed. She will do anything to protect her reputation, including see me convicted of something that I did not do. I am innocent!
Mr. Tobin, you admit bringing the gun to the gallery?
Yes.
This is a new story for you, is it not?
Yes, I guess so.
And where did you get this gun?
I already told you I got it from the drawer in Zach's desk.
Simon Lee mentioned this top drawer was locked. How'd you get in?
Well, I knew that the key was kept behind the mirror in the bathroom. It's the kind of drawer that locks automatically when you close it.
So if you want to open it, you've got to go get the key and unlock it?
Yes.
In your most recent version of what happened, you said Zach went to the gun drawer and yanked it open, scaring you.
Yes.
What did he do? Run into the bathroom, get the key, run back, insert it into the lock?
No. Maybe he reached down into the bottom drawer, or maybe he had the key all along. All I know is that I was scared and that I thought that he was reaching for the gun.
I thought you had the gun.
Well, no. No. Why are you trying to trap me? Can't you see that he's trying to trap me?
Your Honor, may I have a moment with my client?
Please be brief.
James, you've got to calm down.
I
This is a
can't
very
take
crucial
much
moment.
more of this.
Just take it easy. Just do it as we rehearsed. Everything will be
Everybody's
fine.
turning against
Don't
me
worry
here.
about it. Your Honor, my client is ready.
Mr. Tobin, why did you shoot yourself in the leg?
I was afraid that no one would believe me unless I could show that Zach tried to kill me.
And as your partner, Zachary Barnes, lay bleeding to death at your feet, your first thought was to protect yourself?
No, I gave him CPR.
You gave CPR to a man who was bleeding through the throat?
Yes. I mean, no.
Matter of fact, you went outside into the alley, as Yvonne Barnes said.
Oh, yeah, well, she is lying.
I see. For many years, you and Zachary had a successful partnership, yes?
Yes.
And Yvonne was part of your circle of friends?
At what time?
Simon loyally helped you with your work?
Yes.
And Ruby, the woman you
That
loved?
lying whore.
I see. So now you claim that all these friends, Simon Lee, Ruby Garcia, and the late Zachary
Lying,
Barnes...
scheming
Tobin.
scum!
Mr.
They all
Tobin.
wanted my insurance money. Why doesn't
down,
anybody
Mr.
see
Tobin.
my side of it if
I
I only
said
had
sit
a
down.
competent attorney? That whole thing would have... And you put them up to this, I know you did.
The ranting of a desperate man. No more questions, Your Honor. I'm done with this witness.
Does the defense wish to call another witness?
No, Your Honor. We're finished.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard all the evidence. And it's time now for me to give you the instructions on the law, after which you will hear the closing arguments. And remember, the closing arguments are what...